Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about three-phase power measurement as well as we will discuss about three-phase wattmeter. So here you can see these are the some contents of this video. In three-phase power measurement, we will discuss about 3 wattmeter method, 2 wattmeter method and single wattmeter method. So these are the some methods for three-phase power measurement. Then we will see some numericals based on these methods, and then we will see about three-phase wattmeter. So first, what is three-phase power measurement or where it is used? So before going in detail of various methods employed to measure power in three-phase system, first discuss about Blundel's theorem. Okay, what is Blundel's theorem? The Blundel's theorem is used to specify the number of wattmeters required to measure power in a system of electrical conductors. Okay, so what is Blundel's theorem? It is used to specify number of wattmeters required to measure power in a system of electrical conductors. Okay, so this theorem states that the power of a network consisting of n conductors is given by the algebraic sum of the readings of n wattmeters. These wattmeters are arranged in such a way that the current coil of each wattmeter is connected in each line to measure the current level in each individual conductor, and the corresponding pressure coil is connected between that line and a common point. So this measurement can be done using n minus 1 wattmeters if the common point is situated on one of the lines. Okay, the different methods used to measure power are okay here the different methods used to measure the power are 3 wattmeter method, 2 wattmeter method and single wattmeter method. So these are the three methods. So we will see one by one. First we will see 3 wattmeter method. So consider the circuit shown in the figure. You can see 3 wattmeter method circuit. It consists of 3 wattmeters, 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 wattmeters. To measure the power in three-phase system. Okay, this system is used, that is 4-wire system. Four wire means 3 phase plus 1 neutral. Okay, here you can see 3 phases ABC and 1 is for neutral. So for the circuit shown in the figure, the instantaneous power in the load is given by the relation VA plus VAIA plus VBIB plus VCIC. Okay, here the instantaneous power in the load we can write as a power of A phase plus power of B phase plus power of C phase. Okay, for power of A phase we can write as a VAIA. Okay, VA is voltage for that particular phase and IA is the current flowing through A phase. Similarly, for B phase VBIB and for C phase VCIC. Okay, so VAIA plus VBIB plus VCIC. This is the instantaneous power in the load for the circuit which is shown. The reading of wattmeter A. So here 3 wattmeters are there. First wattmeter is considered, that is WA. A for phase A and W for power measurement. Okay. So here for C phase it is WC and for B phase it is WB. Okay. So reading of wattmeter, that is WA, we can write as a power A of phase A, that is PA equals to VAIA. Similarly, for reading of wattmeters WB and WC, we can write respectively as PB equals to VBIB, and for wattmeter WC we can write as PC equals to VCIC. Then the sum of the readings of wattmeters is given as, so total power is the sum of all three phases, that is PA plus PB plus PC, and we can replace this PA by VAIA. Similarly, for PB we can write PBIB, and for PC it is VCIC. Okay, it is for total power P. So total reading is equal to instantaneous power of the load. Hence, these wattmeters measure the power consumed by the load. Now we will see another method, that is single wattmeter method. So two figures are given on the screen. The left side figure is for single wattmeter method, and on the right hand side the figure shows phasor diagram for the single wattmeter method. So we will discuss about this. The left side figure is for single wattmeter method. Here the current coil is connected to one of the lines on which one end of the pressure coil is also connected. The other end of pressure coil is made to alternate between the remaining two lines via a switch. Here it is to be noted that this method is applicable only for a balanced load. Okay, so here you can see in single wattmeter method only one wattmeter is there, and in previous case, that is 3 wattmeter method, we have seen that in that method 3 wattmeters were used. So in single wattmeter method only only one wattmeter is used, and this method is applicable for only balance load. So here we have already discussed that there are two coils, that is one is current coil and another is pressure coil. Okay, two coils are present in wattmeter. So here current coil is connected in any one of the line. Okay, so that current coil of wattmeter we can connect in any one of phase. So here in a phase it is connected, we can see that current coil is connected in phase A. Either we can connect in this C phase or V phase. Okay, and the second thing is that the pressure coil, here you can see the pressure coil. So this pressure coil is connected to the one end of this pressure coil is connected to any one end of the current coil. So here this is connected, and remaining end, that is second end of that pressure coil, we have to connect any remaining phase. Okay, so we can connect this to either C phase or this B phase, and we can connect any one of the line alternately. So for that purpose we have made, we can made to alternate between the remaining two lines, that is B phase and C phase, via a switch. So here this switch is used. Okay, so you can see the phasor diagram for single wattmeter method in the right side figure. When switch is at point C, okay, in diagram, when switch is at point C, the reading of wattmeter is given as, so when switch is at point C, the reading of wattmeter is given as PA equals to VAC IA cos 30 minus 5, or it can be written as PA equals to root 3 VI cos 30 minus 5. Okay, we can write these two equations. So similarly, the reading of wattmeter when switch is at point B. Okay, if the second condition, that is this switch is connected to this point B, then this side will be open. Okay, so at that condition the reading of wattmeter is given as PB equals to VAB IA cos 30 plus 5. or we can write as root 3 vi cos root 3 vi cos 30 plus 5. Okay, so the sum of these two readings equals to, so if we consider the sum of these two readings, that is, one is first condition PA and another now we have taken, that is PB. So this sum will be P, that is PA plus PB. That means if we substitute the values of PA and PB, that is root 3 VI cos, first term is 30 minus 5, that is for PA, and second term was root 3 VI cos 30 plus 5. Okay, this is second term. Only sign changes there for PB. If we add these two powers PA plus PB, then we will get power as a, that is sum of that two powers P will be 3 VI cos 5. Okay, so this is the total power consumed by the load. The power factor for the single wattmeter method is also the same as for the 2 wattmeter method. Okay, so here it is mentioned that the total power consumed by the load we can get as a P equals to 3 VI cos 5, and the power factor for single wattmeter method is also same as for 2 wattmeter method. Hence we can write cos phi equals to cos of tan inverse of root 3 PA minus PB upon PA plus PB. So this is the equation for power factor. So this is about single wattmeter method. So in this video we have seen about three-phase power measurement, and in that we have discussed about 3 wattmeter method as well as single wattmeter method. Now in the next video we will see about 2 wattmeter method. Thank you for watching this video.